Welcome to Dolly Talk. This is Dolly. What's going on, everybody? Sorry about the wait. I was just trying to fine-tune some things, trying to figure out some details on the whole Vallow event. Trying to get up to speed with that. Hella is Fist. She got the right time today, hopefully. She'll be here possibly sometime. Bye, Franz and Johnny. How you doing, half Irish? Sasha? Hey, DK Cripple. How you doing? And Christine is here. So, today we are going to be doing Lori Vallow's police interview. Her whole sordid affair goes back years. And I'm still I've got a timeline of everything, so it's coming together quite nicely. What I'm focusing on right now is the 2019 event that she's going to trial for in, 3-ish weeks. She unalived. The first trial is her ex-husband that she was involved with unaliving. But let's see. Now we got the interview on July 11th, 2019. So we'll start with this. Oh, hello, Rachel. How are you? And I do like that they put her in the kids' room. Little teddy bear, some flowers on the wall. Make her nice and comfortable.
And then
I'm going to try to adjust the sound as well, guys.
Get off your desk.
Yeah, Longford's using the other one, okay. So you'll be, Brendan's gonna monitor for him.
Okay, so just run out this way
okay.
If there's anything, but if you know.
Perfect.
Yeah,
okay.
Like they don't care. Teachers, but in high school, they don't care.
They don't care.
You're not here to do the work.
They don't.
Like they don't care.
Well, and I think with high school, it's like they're just pumping.
But when she was in elementary and junior high, all the teachers worked with her. They were nice about it. But by high school, there's so many kids that just don't care. And I was like, just take it. You're so smart. Let's just take it and see if you pass it. She passed it. Like,
and got a really good score.
Yeah, she passed it with like college ready in every category the first time.
Well, and then she can do what she wants. So
exactly.
She's better off that way.
Oh, and yeah, thank you, Mavka. I do believe this is the video she was complaining about. Apparently, well, and I do know this from when I looked into the Rush shooting very in depth. Like when there's a interrogation like here, every person or every officer has a body cam. So there's like different views, different angles of the interrogation. But apparently Lori claims, now, maybe she missed it, maybe she's just causing issues, who knows? I'm not going to speculate. She claims, though, that she doesn't have this version of the video, kind of the overhead one. Oh, hey kids. Hi, Waterfall, how are you? I caught a glimpse of Lori at her hearing the other day. Was she wearing her prison ensemble off-shoulder, or was it my imagination? Yeah, that was weird. It was it wasn't like the typical Estrella County Jail. Yeah, Estrella Jail. So I don't know, maybe she modified it to show a little shoulder, a little peek, try to entice the judge. Wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. I know Lori's your first name, right? L-A-U-R.
L-O-R-I.
Okay. And then what's your last name?
Vallow. V-A-L-L-O-W.
And your date of birth?
Aw.
And your phone number. And you live at the house, right? Okay. Okay, I know this sounds silly, but it's probably the easiest way to start, is just to tell me what happened. And then, so you can start what makes the most sense to you, and we'll just work our way through, and I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions just to kind of clarify.
Sure.
So I know you talked to the initial patrol officer.
And he just got information. He didn't say
Okay.
anything.
So yeah, if you can just kind of tell me kind of what happened. It sounds like some of this may have started last night or something along those lines. So
Right.
start where you think it makes the most sense.
Okay, so,
I told you, it's a crazy question.
Well, so we moved into this house 3 weeks ago because he offered to get me a house here where all my family is. So we
Okay.
were in Houston. And so he's like, we had decided to separate or whatever. So
Aw.
he's like, well, I'll pay for a house for you and for JJ and whatever, because he's all about JJ. He's never about Tylee, but he's all about JJ. Because we adopted him together. He's his great nephew. We adopted him as a baby. And so we adopted him as a baby, and so we've been raising him together. And he travels all the time for business, so he's used to just going back and forth. So he's always gone like Monday through Friday. So he came when we first moved in and brought me stuff from Houston, like a U-Haul, and then he hasn't been back. But it's all these threats on my phone all the time, you know, like whatever, all these things. And then he told me,
What kind of threats?
just,
Oh, you know, men. Can't live with them.
you have
Can't.
to read them to see, but he's always
Live
mad
without
at
'em.
me. Right? And he,
Oh, what do we have here?
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. I went to a lot of effort to be here.
I appreciate that. Thank you for
I
being here.
haven't even had a sip of my coffee yet.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Well, we just started.
Yes.
Yes, so we're doing the interview that's supposedly the angle of the interview that Lori claims she does not have.
The angle that she claims she doesn't have.
Yeah, because there was she claimed she didn't have all the discovery from the prosecutor yesterday. You may have missed that part. It was near the beginning.
Yeah, and yeah.
No,
You told
no.
me about it.
No shade. So I thought Trenton found it and
Yeah.
thought we'd play this angle.
Okay.
Yep. So,
Yeah, I've seen this.
okay.
Yep.
doesn't want a divorce, but I don't like him and don't want to deal with him, so that's just how it is. Like, so we married for 14 years, we dealt with it for 14 years, of him being horrible to her. Like, he gets in huge fights with her, yeah, a lot of things. But anyway,
So obviously, this only solution is to kill him.
Obviously. My daughter made me coffee and it's a bit not great.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
he said, I'm coming Wednesday night, all of a sudden. I want to see JJ. And I told him, I said, I will never keep JJ from you. You can come see whenever you want to, come take him to school, whatever. Like, I'm not going to do that.
So when you initially moved, he had said he was gonna buy you a house, so you moved here with your.
Yeah, he was going to rent us a house.
And so you
'Cause
moved,
all my family lives here. So
Right.
we lived here for a long time.
okay,
And then he moved us to Houston.
okay,
And we were there with my son. He was out of school. He didn't have any of his like services, his DDD, his
Yeah.
anything. He like ripped him out of school and said, we're moving.
okay.
And I didn't go with him at first. And he took him. And I let him take him. And I didn't file anything or whatever. And then he filed something against me and said, I'm only going to get supervised visits because I'm crazy and blah, blah, blah. You know, the story. And so I was
Because I'm crazy.
30 days and let him take care of him. And let him see what I've been doing for the past.
I mean, the creepy thing is she sounds reasonable here. I mean, just like if you were a detective, I mean, not knowing anything about her.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah,
If
sure.
you were
Right.
just like a detective off the street and you were trying to judge her credibility, she's just a 50, late 40, early 50 something housewife.
I think she's only in her 40s there.
40s, okay. Housewife, intelligent, articulate, you know. So it's just kind of weird. Well, yeah, okay. And she kind of looks like she's got like a jetpack or something ready to go.
She was, especially there's this interview and there's one where she's actually got the daughter with her,
Okay, yeah.
and they sound really credible. They sound like they are being harassed,
Okay.
and
Well, that's what she was claiming right now.
yeah, and the two of them together, especially because she's got the daughter with her, and the daughter's saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And the two of them together sound like, oh, come on, this is also stupid,
Yeah.
like, and yeah, the cops completely buy it.
Yeah. You know. Yay. I'm so comfortable with our local police.
Yeah, well, I mean,
No,
and I mean, lots of people bought her story.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, all the police did at first. Sounds like it wasn't until she really went to Idaho and nobody really saw the kids that they started to really, this is a little strange.
Well, some of her family,
Well,
like,
her family, but
some of her family were like, what's going on with Lori?
yeah.
Yeah.
7 years, because men need to do that. You don't have 5 kids. I have grown kids. I have grandkids.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Lucky
you're
them.
going to threaten me that you're not going to let me see my child without supervised visitation?
Yeah.
Okay, do it for 30 days and see how long it lasts. You're
Right.
begging me to come pick him up,
Yeah.
which he did. It's just like, come back and blah, blah, blah. So I moved in with them to Houston for the family, and Tyler went with me. We drove to Houston from here and left all our family and all his support, all my son's support, like his cousins, everything. And we were there, and I enrolled him in school there. I tried to start all his services, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
It takes so long to get that done.
There's no easy transferring.
There's
anything.
no easy transfer.
You start from the
State to
beginning.
state, it's a totally new thing.
Yeah.
And he didn't do any of it in those 30 days. So he just had gone without services, without even applying. And I'm like, do you even realize? Because he didn't ever do it in the first place. I did it. Long story. I'll keep it short. He hasn't been here in a couple weeks since we moved in.
Okay.
He came. He was very nasty when he was there, but he travels for business. So he went back to the Houston house,
Okay.
and he's like, I'm coming on Wednesday night, and I'm going to come pick up JJ and take him to school Thursday, pick him up Thursday, take him Friday, whatever. And I said, Casey wanted to come to the house, and I said, you can't come stay at this house because you can't get along with Tylee. She's a minor, and she has to live here.
Yeah.
So because he gets in huge fights up there.
Okay.
And she hates him. And so I'm like, you can't stay at the house, so I will book you a hotel, because he stays in hotels all the time because he travels for business, and the business pays for it, right? So I said, I will book you a hotel nearby.
What does he do?
He works with teachers and their retirement plans, but he goes to them at their He
okay.
mostly works in California.
Okay.
No matter where we live. And we
Okay.
lived in Hawaii, he'd work in California, he'd work in Texas, he has like books of business in different areas. And so he just goes wherever.
Okay.
It kind of just gives him freedom that he doesn't have to stay home every day and take care of special needs
Yeah.
child.
So he doesn't have to be around your crazy ass.
Right? So I've done that myself for the last 7 years anyway. And I was a single mom before I married him with my 2 kids.
Yeah.
And he had 2 kids. We got married, tried to make a family. You know how it goes. Anyway. So he said he was coming last night. I said, well, you can't stay at this house because you can't get along with Tylee. I'll get you a hotel and you can come play with JJ. But he goes to school all day.
Yeah.
I got him back into his school. His services, I met with the DDD yesterday, and they finally are getting his services back. But we're paying $125 a day to have him back at school because he's so out of his routine. He's been a nightmare on the floor, kicking stuff, hitting stuff, walls. Like, he just ripped him out of his life.
Yeah.
So, anyway, just how he is, because he only thinks about himself. So. He says, coming to get JJ, and JJ's like, I don't want Dad, because he knows Dad took him away, so he was freaking out, right? So I didn't tell him he was even coming, like Dad's going to come take you to school or anything. So he didn't bother me last night, which I was surprised. I was expecting kind of an ambush for him to kind of like come over or be just mean and say, that's my house, I'm on the lease, I'm going to stay here, kind of thing. Because that's kind of his macho attitude. And so he came this morning, I was getting JJ ready.
So he got in last night, but he wasn't at the house last night.
Yeah, I didn't hear from him, except for he texted me and said, I'll be there at 7:30 to pick up JJ.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that was good, 'cause I didn't hear from him. And then he, he came over in the morning and he's like banging on the door. I'm like, oh great, here we go, you know. And I was just gonna be nice. I'm just gonna be nice as possible. And I had JJ stuff all ready for school. And so
Do you remember about what time he got there?
he said he'd be there 7:30, but it was more like 7:40ish
Okay.
or 7:35. I don't know.
Okay.
But I remember thinking, looking at the clock, and he wasn't there at 7:30, and he's usually Mr.
Yeah.
on
Punctual.
time. Yes. So I was like, okay. And then JJ was like, oh, Dad. And then he was like, Mommy, and like ran to me and was like holding me. He's like, you're not taking me to school. And I was like, it's okay, Dad, I can just drive you to school. It's not a big deal. You know, just trying to make it whatever.
Calm.
Yeah, calm. And then he was just being real smirky and real like jerky, you know, to me. And I was like,
Jerky.
ignoring him, whatever. And so he
Well, the jerk store called. And they're all out of you.
All out of you.
Damn, I should have had that clip ready. I thought of that when I was watching this last
Brilliant.
night. She
So
says
cool.
jerky several times, and I cringe every time. Just,
Wow.
sweetie. Yeah, she's very matter of fact and blasé, not like any emotion really. I mean, it's hard to kind of go in hindsight, to look at it in hindsight now, but I suppose as a cop just trying to figure out what the hell happened, you'd probably give her the benefit of the doubt.
was like, I'm
And your brother lives there with you?
No,
Okay.
he had stayed with me last night because I was worried he was gonna come over and
Okay.
cause trouble with me.
Your brother
And
stayed there. Oh boy.
Just wanted someone else there, like my
Yeah.
brother there, because I trust my brother. And it's been a long story. Like I had to go live at my brother's when he took JJ, and you know he's just been difficult. So
Yeah.
anyway, so I got JJ stuff ready. And he was like, well, and he's like this about timing. He's like, I'm leaving in 20 minutes because it's like 15 minutes to the school and like you can't get there early. They don't open the gates until 8:20 or something like that. And I said, well, why don't you just go now? I don't want him in the house. I'm like, why don't you just go now and take him to Burger King because that's what he likes for breakfast. And he's very particular about food.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted chicken fries for
Yeah.
breakfast and this Sprite. Like, and I just get what he wants because if you don't get what he wants, then it's like on the floor screaming, dragging him into school. Like, and he's big and he's heavy and it's hard for me to handle. But anyway, so I said, just go. And so he said, okay. So I gave him a backpack. He got in the car. This is his MO, right? He always leaves something in the house and comes back. He never leaves the first time. I always expect my husband to come back into the house, right? So I guess he had left his phone on the counter.
So he initially left with the backpack and with JJ? And
So he put them in the car,
Okay.
in the driveway, and then he came back in, right? So I kissed JJ goodbye. He came back in, and his phone was on the counter, and I had his phone. And he was like, give me my phone. And I was like, why don't you show me your text that you've been texting, blah, 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 you know, whatever. Because he's like acting really weird, like he's plotting something against me. Like, I'm like, why are you even here? Like, what did you come here for, you know? He's been talking to my other brother, and my brother came into town at the same time last night. And I haven't talked to my brother in a while, my other brother, and I was like, and so he was texting him on the phone when he first got to my house, and I'm like, why are you texting Adam? Like, do you even talk to him? Like, my other brother. And, you know, he's been telling me all these texts, like, you're going down, blah, 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 blah. He's blaming me for our marriage breaking up and my niece getting divorced and my friend getting divorced. He said, I'm a destroyer of families because
Okay.
I want everybody to get divorced. I'm like, what would my motivation be for people getting divorced? So I could babysit the kids more? Like,
Yeah.
why would I have any control over what people do?
Yeah.
So it's just very odd. But anyway, he goes nuts. He's gone nuts on us a lot of times. Tyler and I have had to leave with JJ over the years probably 5 times and just stay in a hotel for 2 days because he goes nuts. Like, you don't know what's going to set him off. Like, whatever. And she's mad at me for always, like, going back. But we had JJ and he's special needs and it's really hard. Like,
Yeah.
it's even hard to take care of by yourself.
So when you say he goes nuts, that can mean a lot of different things.
Right.
So goes nuts like yelling and screaming.
Yeah,
goes
yelling and
nuts like
screaming,
breaking
like,
things.
yes.
Goes nuts like physical violence.
He's never really, besides like grabbing us and pushing us, but not like punching us or something. But with Tylee, he has gotten physical
Okay.
before, and with my grown son.
Like physical how?
Like got into a physical fist fight with my son when he was 16,
Okay.
and he came after Tylee 2 times in Hawaii,
Okay.
and like went like he was going to hit her, but then I got in between them.
Uh-huh.
Right.
How old was she when that happened?
Probably 13 and 14.
Okay. So this morning he comes back in and...
He comes back in, I wouldn't give him his phone, he was screaming at me to give him his phone. He was very worried about whatever was on his text that he did not want me to see, and so I was just holding it there, and he was screaming at me, and I was kind of walking towards around the house with it, so he couldn't get it. He's like reaching for it and stuff like that, and so Tylee came out of her room upset, and she had a bat, and she told him to leave her mother alone, like, right? So she was really, whatever, and he's screaming at her, don't you hit me with that bat, blah, 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 blah. And then my brother heard all the commotion, because he was in there in bed, and so he came out into the main room, and I guess whatever.
What's your brother's name?
Alex.
Alex, okay.
And then he just started, he was screaming, and he was super upset, and whatever, and he's yelling at Tylee, don't you hit me with that bat, and blah, blah, blah. And so Tylee, I guess, I don't know if she swung at him or what, but he like grabbed the bat from Tylee and then went to like hit Tylee with the bat. It was, and I was right there, they were right there, and my brother grabbed him from behind, like just to stop him from hitting Tylee.
You go like this, like he grabbed him like...
Yeah, from behind, like just kind of to pull him back. And then they got into the thing, and he's hitting him with the bat, and they're on the ground, like grappling around or whatever. And then, I mean, it was all
And he
quickly.
And he hit your brother with the bat while they were grappling and stuff?
Yeah, yes, he was hitting him with the bat, like swinging the bat, you know, back and forth, and they were kind of like on the ground, and I was like freaking out trying to go around, knowing JJ was in the car,
Yeah.
right? And so then he got up and he had the bat like this towards me, and I was going around the other side to try to just get out of his range where he couldn't hit me. And then
Wait, he had a bat?
I had told Tylee, because she was on the ground, because after he took the bat from her, she
Make you
fell back.
swing!
And so I told her, I was like, go get in the car with JJ. Like, I don't want JJ coming in to the house, or, and I wanted her out of the way. I wanted the kids out of the way, whatever this fight was going to be. And then,
Do you remember what your husband or your brother were saying or yelling
I
during
doubt
all
it.
of this? If they were at all?
just kind of, get off me, ow, or whatever, you know, whatever. They were like, don't talk to my niece about whatever. Like, it was, I don't remember specifics, but they were kind of all.
You come within 3 feet of me, I'm going to kill ya. Take your swing.
They were kind of in the heat of it. I don't think there was many words that I remember.
So Tylee goes outside,
Yeah, she was outside,
and then what happened?
then they got up from that, and my brother had like stepped back, I guess, and then Charles was coming with me at the back and yelling at me to give him his phone still, because I had it in my hand. It was all really quickly, and then when I went around kind of in the circle, then my brother was there.
When you said when you were going around and he was coming at you with the bat, how was he holding the bat?
Just like that, like backwards, almost in one arm.
Like he was swinging it backwards? He would have done like
Like he would have swung it backwards at me, not frontwards.
okay, yeah.
He was a professional baseball player.
Okay.
So it wasn't a good idea for Tyler to get out of the house.
Probably not the
I mean, he played semi-pro
Yeah.
when he was young. But, yeah, and then I was kind of turned around, and we were all right there in that room, except for the kids had been outside by that time, and I heard the gunshot. And
So you heard the shot? Did you actually see the shot, or did you just hear it?
I had gone around to the kitchen to get away from him, and so back around. So I don't know if you went in the house.
I didn't, so I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, so I didn't see the shot. I heard it, and then I came back around and I saw that he was on the ground.
Okay.
And was freaking out.
Yeah.
And so I was just freaking out, and it just went into mom mode. I'm like, I've got to go to get JJ to school. I've got to get to the kids. I just felt like I got to get to the kids. And so I just went outside and to see if they were in there okay. I didn't want them coming back in the house when all that was going on. And got JJ.
Oh God, the PTA is gonna judge me so much at the next potluck. I just went into mom mode. I had to get him to school. If I'm any later than 15 minutes before that bell, oh, they'll just be late. They'll be tardy for class. They'll
Tardy.
never get there. And if they're more than 15 minutes, that's an unexcused absence.
In the car, and he was trying to come in, and Tylee was like looking at me with like the crazy eyes, like what just happened. And I told her to get in the car and we're going to take JJ to school. And I just left.
When you came back in and you saw him on the ground, where was your brother? Did you see him where he was at?
Yeah, he was right in front of him.
Okay.
Like it all happened very quickly. That
Right.
was, I mean, I feel like I was there because I was right there, and like
Yeah.
a second later, like
Okay.
I just went around the kitchen to get away from him.
Did your brother say anything to you at all? Do you remember?
No, we were both just in shock.
Okay.
Like it was just I didn't say anything. I went out with the kids just to check on them first, and I was gonna come back in maybe, but I didn't. I was like, I just have to get him to school
Okay.
and call the police and come back, whatever.
Did anybody say did you or your brother say anything at some point about calling the police or calling 911? Do you remember?
Yeah, he called me. And
Okay.
he said, are you taking JJ to school?
Uh-huh.
And I said, yeah, we need to call the police. And he said, okay.
Okay. So he called you when you didn't come back inside, basically?
Right.
Okay.
Because I was like in the car for a minute, and then I was like, what do I do? And
I got a couple ideas for show and tell if he needs one.
I didn't want JJ to go inside, and I
Okay.
didn't know what to do. And Tylee was freaking out. I was trying to get them away from the scene.
Understandable. And you may not know this, so, because I know you heard the shot, do you know at what point your brother had the gun? Do you know if he had it when they got in their first fight, or did he have to go get it, or do you know that at all?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And do you remember if you ever heard your brother?
I didn't see him ever leave the room.
Okay.
So it was so fast. All that was so fast. Like him on the ground, rolling around, and I'm screaming. And
This probably happened in a couple seconds.
yeah, I mean, it was like super fast.
And I don't know if you know this or not, does your brother normally carry a gun? Like, I carry a gun everywhere I go.
Right. Like I
So-
know he's a gun person. Like he
Okay.
has guns and things. And
Okay.
He's good with guns. And
Did you know that he had one with him
no,
when he came over?
no. But
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did, because
Okay.
he's very, very professional with guns.
Proficient, professional, responsible is usually a good
Right.
but
Very responsible with guns.
And then, do you remember if at any time, so you were trying to get away from him,
Right.
and you heard the shot. Prior to the shot, do you remember at any point hearing your husband or your brother saying anything to either of them?
No.
So my second very ridiculous question is there anything else that I didn't ask about or anything that we didn't cover that you think is important?
Don't you know?
I always ask that just because I wasn't there, and so we're going through something that happened a super small amount of time.
Yes. Can I
So,
step?
yeah, go for it.
Just thinking.
Oh God, now she's meditating. Wow, this isn't creepy at all.
Just that
Um,
He was just so angry, like super scary.
Did you
You know how
think,
you take your phone away from like a 16-year-old and they freak out? Like their world disintegrates. Like I've taken my phone away from a 16-year-old boy before, and he's like wanted to kill himself because like they cannot function. That's how it was. It was like is something on his phone that he does not want me to see, that he was like freaking out, like to the point where I thought he would hit me in the back of the head to get the phone.
okay. So you thought, and not, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you thought it was possible that he was going to hurt you.
Absolutely, he was gonna hurt me and Tylee.
Okay,
Not JJ, he would never hurt JJ.
okay.
And he hurt my brother. Like
Yeah.
he was going like ballistic about it was bad.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to her real quick.
Okay.
And then if, obviously, we'll be here for a little bit, hopefully not too much longer. But if you think of anything or there's anything that kind of pops in your head or something else that we didn't cover, obviously. So I'm gonna go talk to her for just a little bit, and then I'll kind of come back and check with you. And then we'll kind of go from there. So I know my partner's talking to your brother over in one of the other interview rooms. So we're gonna just try to get, as much done as we can and go from there.
Okay.
Okay? And then, is there anybody that you need to call or anything, or you wanna wait a little bit?
I don't know what I would say.
No. And wait a little bit, we'll see.
Yeah. I don't know what I would say.
And if you want to, you can think about it. So we do have victim services that work within the police department. They're right over here. They're not cops, they're civilians.
That's all right.
And they do, Jessica, who was out there with the fire department, so they're kind of our crisis response. They come right away. So our victim services that work in the department are kind of more long-term type support system. So they're just a really good resource because they do a lot of stuff with our families and things like that, and can help with support services and questions you might have.
She's been through so much.
So it might be a
I
good
just
idea.
can't stand for her to have to go through all this.
Yeah, it might be a good idea maybe before I take you guys back today, that I get one of them to come in and maybe sit and talk with you guys and see. And it's not something there's a bunch of stuff they can, offer, but it's good to have a contact and like a name and a face and a phone number.
That'd be good.
That way maybe a couple days from now, a week from now, or if there's something going on or you think you need help with something, it may not be something that's necessarily up like me and my partner's alley, but it very much may be
My
up
partner
theirs.
and I.
So I'd like for you to meet one of them before we leave. That way, hopefully if there's something that they can help you and your daughter with, they can, or even JJ or whatever else.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I
Okay.
haven't even thought about him.
Yeah. So,
I mean, he's used to him not
Okay,
being
I gotta
there,
pop
but
out and take
he
my
wouldn't
dog to
understand
school. And
even if you
hey,
told him.
could you pause for a
Right.
sec?
Like,
Yes.
that somebody passed away, he doesn't understand.
Just want to let people know, the live I was going to do at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to put that off. Because there's been some breaking news in Delphi. The bridge car video, the full one, has just been released. So I'm going to probably be going live a bit later tonight
Okay.
after I've had a good look at it, because I don't want to just jump the gun and go live in 40 minutes when I haven't really looked at it properly.
Be premature.
I don't want to go premature, no. So, yeah, I was going to take my little girl to school, then I'm going to come back and have a bit of a look at it, and I might go live more like sort of 8 or 9 p.m.
Okay.
So just watch out for that. But, yeah, I'll just take down the stream that I was going to do. In,
8 or 9. Okay.
Yeah, so more like 8 or 9, not 7.
Okay.
And,
Sounds good.
yeah, the Covenant Alpha stream I was going to do, I'll do it tomorrow or something.
Okay.
That's not urgent. Cool, okay. But yeah, it's really exciting. We've got
Yeah.
43 seconds of it, and it's BG is like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.
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 Okay, guys. So, yeah, Hella's got that. I just saw the headline for it, Half Irish. I'll see if I can find it. I didn't see the video though.
What that means. Well, I mean, it's hard at 7 to understand that.
Right, that's true, but with him, he just doesn't, which is
Yeah.
probably better, because he doesn't comprehend things, but I don't know, it's just, that's a lot to think about.
Yeah. So let me go find one of them, and then we'll make sure that you guys get to meet with them before you leave, because that might be something very helpful for you guys. And I'm gonna go speak with your daughter for just a little bit, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay.
Okay? And if you need anything, let me know, okay? Okay.
Aw. There, there. Okay. So she's just creepily meditating right now. It's on 2 times, by the way. Aw, look, she's dreaming. She's chasing a bunny. Okay. You gonna do anything, sweetie? You gonna move? Here, boy. Come on, you wanna play fetch? Okay. Boy, she's really into this yoga. Wow, this is like bizarre. It's been like 10 minutes now. Oh, and then Sheila's back. Okay. Wow, this, okay. Boy, if she ever played the game Coma, she would be world champion.
You guys are right. I like your daughter a lot.
She's fun.
Yeah. So one of the victim services, Denise, is here. So I kind of told her just a little bit of what happened.
Okay.
So if you're good with it, I'm going to have her come over and I'm going to introduce her to you guys so you guys can talk for a little bit, which kind of works well too because I need to run over to where my partner's at and just talk to him a little bit. That way you guys will have a little bit, hopefully, extra support if you need it. So I'm going to go grab Denise real fast and then introduce you guys.
Okay.
Okay?
That'd be great.
Oh, is that the Arizona Alexandria Hancock? And she's just gonna do her creepy thing more. Still creepy. Advancing, go on, go on.
Hi, sorry. That's funny outside.
So she's gonna take you over to like a conference room so you guys can sit and talk and stuff. And then you can just, once you guys talk and kind of, you can decide if you're comfortable with Tylee coming in or whatever.
Okay, sure.
And then
I just didn't want her to be left alone and
Yeah,
by herself.
yeah.
She's freaking out. Like,
so we keep kind of popping in and checking on her and
I
stuff.
just didn't want her to be alone too long.
Yeah.
We'll be as brief or as long as you want.
Okay.
I'm here to try to, you got lots of choices when you talk, so we'll just get started and then then we'll go from there. Does that sound okay? All right, thanks.
They handed me this, but that was just out of his rental car.
We tend to do strange things sometimes.
Okay. I've got her brother, but I was hoping to find the other one she did. Damn it. Tylee Ryan. One sec. So now a lot of this is, yeah. Let's start Alex Cox's interview, and then we'll go for a little bit, and then we can finish it up probably tomorrow.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
I'll be right back, Rob.
Yep, all right.
So, are you still living out on
Yeah.
Cherie Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops, sorry guys.
Are you working right now?
I'm off this week.
Okay. Where do you work at? What do you do for them?
I drive a truck. Mostly hauling has waste.
Okay. What's the cell phone number for you?
Aw, wanted to call Mr. Cox.
Okay. What about Soch?
Jesus.
Okay, I have very little understanding or knowledge of what happened. Patrol kind of, Rob, or the officer that talked
help
to
me
you
order?
out there, it kind of turns into the phone game. So, you know what I mean? When they go, yeah, this is what he says, but they're kind of rambling through it real fast. And same with your sister. Your sister's name is Lori or Lauren?
Lori.
L-O-R-I.
R.I.
L-O-R-I? Okay. So, the big thing that I want to do is just make sure that we have all the details accurate
Yeah.
and factual.
Yeah.
Because kind of some of the information we got from patrol didn't really match up what Lori told us compared to. So walk me through what happened today.
Well, I stayed the night at my sister's.
Lucy.
Okay.
We were planning to go do something fun day. We hadn't really decided. I was thinking maybe I was going to take her to the range.
Okay.
Or go do something.
Okay.
I don't know, take JD to some water park or movies or whatever. I stayed there last night, and then this morning Charles showed up, and I don't know what started it.
And Charles is your brother-in-law. He and Lori are married.
Yes.
Okay.
So he showed up. He was following her and yelling. And then I got between them. And then Tylee came out with her bat. And I had separated for a minute, and then my sister walked around me there in the living room. And then Charles was following Lori and yelling. And Tylee told him to get back. She took her bat like that and shoved him, and he took the bat away. And I said, "What are you doing?" And I got between them, and then he hit me. And I just went down, and when I got out, he was still yelling. And so I went into the bedroom where I was staying and grabbed my gun.
Alex supposedly was a did some truck driving work, I think, but also he was a licensed massage therapist. And apparently lost his job due to some sexual misconduct. It was a creepy massage. So we'll have to remember that and look more into it. Waterfall. Let me find that. I found a picture or another angle of this that has the wound. But yeah, he dies a few months later.
I came back
Okay.
and told him to put the gun down, or the bat down. And he came to me and was saying, what are you gonna do? Like that, and come to me with the bat? I said, put it down. He wouldn't. He came at me, so.
Okay. So when that argument first started between Lori and Charles,
Yeah.
where in the house were they?
I don't know.
Okay. Where did you first?
I was in my bedroom.
Okay, so you were in your
Where am I
bedroom, and you heard the argument.
When they came right towards me.
Okay, so they were coming down the hallway towards the bedroom?
Yes.
Okay, so you
Alex, yeah, I found Alex Cox. This was the same interview, just a different angle. But you can see on his head, he's got right there. You can see there's some blood there. Some type of wound. I mean, I don't know if they wash it, it might be fine. He just put some blood on there. So he did get hit by the bat. I used to think they were just lying liars that lie. I don't know. I feel like Charles may have been really pissed when he went over there. Because it sounds like Lori was kind of stringing him along. So maybe Charles did lose his temper. And it got out of hand. I'm not saying she wasn't part of killing him or whatever. Or was a clean self-defense. But I could see him getting pissed off and kind of it escalating and maybe, I don't know.
hear the argument, you step out, what's the first thing that you see?
Charles chasing after Lori and yelling.
Okay. Had Tyler already gotten the bat?
No.
Did he already have the bat? Okay.
No.
So Charles is coming towards Lori,
He's
they're coming
coming
your
towards
way.
Lori, and I shoved him back.
Okay.
And I said, what are you doing? Because he's coming at her aggressively.
Okay.
He's a big dude, so he's not gonna hurt my sister.
Okay. So he's coming at her.
Yeah.
And you shoved him back.
Yeah.
What happened right after that? And that's in the, well, I'm sorry to interrupt
He
you.
got back up and comes right to me, doesn't look at me, and continues to yell at Lori.
Okay.
So he's maybe this far away.
Are you in the hallway of the house or where are you?
Right close to the doorway of that bedroom.
Of the bedroom you were staying?
Yes.
Okay. So you're right near the bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
So then, I don't remember why, he backed up, and then my sister came around behind me, and they ended up in the living room, and then while they're on the way to the living room, Tylee comes out of her bedroom, which is adjacent to the one I was staying in,
Okay.
with her bat,
Okay.
yelling at Charles. Actually, she was behind Charles at first, and then she cut around in front of him in the living room.
Okay. So he then went back, they went back towards the living room?
Yes,
After
back in
after
the-
you shoved him, did he
Yes.
fall to the ground when you shoved him?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so he falls to the ground, he gets back up, you're blocking between him and Lori.
Yes, yes.
And he basically is talking past you, still yelling at Lori.
Yes, exactly.
What's he saying?
I don't remember.
Okay. So as you're standing there between them, what happened right after that? Is that when Tylee came out with her bat?
No, he backed up.
Okay.
He yelled something, and then he backed up, and then Lori went by me and around me in the hallway. So he backed up, I had cleared the doorway. So then she came around, and then Charles was behind her, pursuing her again aggressively.
Okay.
Tylee came out, yelled at him with the bat.
Okay. And are you guys in the living room then, or still in the hallway?
It starts in the hallway and then goes to the living room.
Okay.
So Tylee gets around him in the living room, he stops. Tylee goes around to the front of him, tells him to back off.
What I find it easiest to do in situations like this is to just kind of draw like a rough floor plan.
Sure. So we'll make this the living room. All right, and then this is the hallway,
Okay.
and then this is the kitchen. So Tyler's bedroom is here, my bedroom's here, and then the living room's here.
Okay, we just put living room on there so I know, and then you said that's kitchen,
Yeah.
and then
So the doorway's here.
okay.
There
is this
is
area
that too.
of the house where all of this incident was focused
Yes.
at? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he is very foolish for talking to the cops after a use of force incident like this. Assuming I mean, regardless, but even if it was legitimate, you don't, because all he's doing right now is locking in a story. I think at one point he says he retreats to his room to grab his gun, if I recall correctly. Which, if he's retreating in his home, I don't know. I'm not sure where that would fall in the use of force. Yeah, first thing you do is call your attorney, basically, yeah.
And then there's another bedroom here. This is JJ's bedroom.
Okay. So do you first get involved when they're down by your room?
They come all the way into she comes into the room and he comes right here and I stopped him right here.
Okay, so she came into your room? Yeah. Okay, so she comes into your room, he's coming at her aggressively, and that's when you pushed him?
Yep.
So you push him down?
Yep.
And then he gets back up?
Yep. And then
And,
he yells, and then he backs up,
okay,
and then Lori goes around me, goes around him, and they're still going at it,
okay,
right? And then Tiny comes out when she hears what's going on, she has her bat.
okay. Is it a metal bat?
Yeah, it's a
Plastic
little
bat?
aluminum bat.
Okay,
So she comes at him, because she's tiny, so that's like her thing, she doesn't have anything, but she wants to help defend her mom.
okay.
So she comes at him, and then when
And they've already moved back
Right,
towards the living
so
room?
they're going this way.
Okay,
So Lori's here, Tylee's here, Charles is here, I'm here, Tylee goes at him with the bat, then he takes the bat away from her, and I step towards him, and he turned around and cracked me.
is that foot injury that's
Yes.
caused on your head? Okay,
Well, there was some shoving first, and I got spun around,
okay,
and then popped. So I go back here, grab my gun, and come back out, he's still yelling and threatening me,
okay,
and then, so I was standing here, and he was there.
okay. So you're saying right there, he's right here.
He's there.
And you said, what happened when you came out with the gun?
I said, put that bat down. He's like, what are you gonna do? So you're gonna threaten me? I was like, no, I'm just gonna defend myself, so you put that bat down. And he goes, what are you gonna do it like that? And he came at me,
Okay,
and he'd already hit me in the head.
okay. So he came at you at the bat. What
Yes.
was he doing with the bat when he came at you?
It was in his right hand like this.
Okay, so he's holding it low and he's coming at
Yeah.
you? Okay. So you gave him, how many times would you say you told him to, like, put the bat down?
Once?
Once? Okay. And then he started advancing towards you?
Yes.
How many shots did you fire?
I don't know, a couple.
Okay. Were Tylee and your sister,
I didn't see him, so I don't know where
Okay.
they were.
where's JJ at during all this?
He's already out in the car.
Okay, so he's sitting out in the
Yeah,
car?
I think.
Okay. But you, as far as you think or understand, you're not sure where they were?
Correct.
He's in the corner of the living
Yeah,
room?
they were no longer in the room
Okay,
when I come back out.
okay. So they're out of the room, so
Yeah.
it's just you and him?
Yes.
And he basically comes at you with the bat,
Yeah.
you tell him to put it down.
Yeah.
He's threatened, like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
And what'd you tell him?
I didn't say anything. He's coming at me, and I'm holding the gun.
Okay.
If you're gonna attack someone with a gun, you gotta be ready for the repercussions.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure, because he basically, you had said earlier that he had the bat.
Yeah.
And he asked, like, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
And you had already told him to put the bat down, and then he just came at you,
Yeah.
and you shot him.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're thinking a couple times?
It was more than one shot.
Okay. So more than one shot. What kind of gun was it?
45.
Okay. What make?
It's a Springfield XDM.
Okay. So it's an XDM 45.
Yeah.
What type of ammo were you carrying in it? Do you know?
Just standard.
Like full metal jacket?
Yeah.
Target shooting? Okay.
Yeah.
So you fire a couple times.
Yep.
You don't know where they're at.
They're gone.
They're gone. What happened right after that?
Right after that, I went to the kitchen and rinsed my hands off because I had blood on the back of my head. And then I went back into the room and put the gun down and grabbed my phone. And then went back into the kitchen and called 911.
Okay. And then, did you see your sister and Tylee again? Did they come back in or not?
Not till they drove up.
Okay. Then they drove up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they drove up outside.
Gotcha. What's going on with Charles and Lori? I mean, does he live there?
No.
Okay. So where's he living now?
He lives in Houston.
When he said he went to wash his hands off, Bifron brought up, good to say that in that situation. Yeah, because he first said, I'm going to wash my hands off after that. Now, my first thought was, is he trying to get rid of gunshot residue? That was a little weird. But had he not followed up with, I was trying to get the blood off my hands, that makes more sense. But it could have been kind of twisted against him, assuming this was a normal use of force case, which it's clearly not.
Okay. For work, or are they separated, or?
Separated and for work.
Okay, so both. How long have they been
split
separated?
up, January.
Okay, so 6 months or so, 6-7 months.
Yeah, he's had some pretty erratic behavior since that split up.
Okay,
He came and threatened me and Tylee at my house I don't remember, in February or March or whatever.
okay.
And there was a little confrontation from mostly between Tylee and Charles.
Were the police involved in that one?
No.
Okay.
I was just supervising to make sure that he didn't hurt her.
Okay. So, was he working out of state before January? Or?
He always has worked out of state.
Okay, so he always works out of state. What's he do for a living?
He does annuities.
Okay. So, what was he in town for today? Does he come into town often, or?
Occasionally to see JJ.
Okay. Is he JJ and Tylee's dad?
He's JJ's dad. Well, actually, he's Charles's nephew. He's his niece's kid.
JJ is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was a meth addict, and they adopted JJ.
Okay, so they adopted JJ,
Yeah.
but Tylee is not?
Not his.
Okay.
So he would be a stepdad, I guess.
Okay, so stepdad. When's the last time he's been in town, or when's the last time you've seen him?
Last time I saw him was at my house in February or March.
Okay. Was he here last night? Did you guys have any interactions
No.
last night?
No.
Is there any history of domestic violence between Lori and Charles?
Not physically that I know
Okay. So, how old is Charles?
of. 60, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. How old's your sister?
About 44 or 5.
Okay.
Oh, she's going to be 50 this year.
Is it sad that I don't know?
I have to do the math every time, so you don't worry about it.
It's hard enough remembering my own age.
Right. Each birthday, you're like, that didn't happen.
After 45, who cares?
Is there anything else that you could think of that I didn't ask about that I need to know right now?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. Did Lori ever say, like in the last couple of days, that Charles was coming to town?
Yeah, she said he was coming to pick up JJ.
Okay. So you guys were expecting him to show up today?
Yeah.
Okay. So you knew, okay, it wasn't like he just showed up
No,
unexpectedly.
it wasn't
Okay.
a surprise or anything like that.
But you don't know what they were arguing or
No.
fighting about?
His behavior was a surprise, but him showing up was not a surprise.
Okay. Let me just walk you through my understanding of it
Yeah.
to make sure that I'm accurate. You were in your room.
Yeah.
But had you even gotten up and like been out of your room this
Yeah, brushing
morning?
my teeth.
Okay. So you're in your room. You hear.
I'm just on the phone, and then I just hear them coming around the hall quick.
Had you seen Charles before, or like that morning?
No.
Okay. So
No.
you hear them arguing.
Yeah.
And
First time I see him is at the doorway.
At your doorway.
And I shove him back.
So Lori comes into your room.
Yep.
You're in your room.
Yep.
You get up at the doorway and basically get between him and Lori.
Yep.
You push Charles back.
Yep.
He probably fell down to the ground or did fall to the ground.
He stumbled back.
Okay. So he stumbles back. He comes right back up
Yep.
and he's talking past you,
Yes.
still yelling at Lori.
Yes.
But you don't know what he was yelling
I
at.
don't remember.
Okay. So at some point in time, Charles backs up. Lori comes out and they both go around you towards the living room.
Yes.
Tylee comes out of her room with a bat.
Yep.
And basically, they've made their way into the living room.
Yes.
So Tylee pokes her dad in the back.
In the front, in the
In the
chest.
front. Okay, so
Or something,
she's
yeah.
come around this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's come around.
So this is Tylee, and that's Charles.
Okay, so she pokes him in the bat,
Yeah.
or in the chest with the bat.
Yeah.
You know how many times about, or
Just once, and just one grab that.
So he grabs the bat, takes it away. You come towards him.
Yep.
And then what happened right after that?
He shoved me and spun me around,
Okay,
and then cracked me in the back of the head.
cracked you in the back of the head. He hit you one time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go back to your room.
I stumbled forward, yeah, and then I went back in.
Did you fall to the ground when you got hit with the bat?
No, my head bounced.
Okay, so you go back to your room.
Yeah.
Get the gun.
Yeah.
Come back to the living room.
Yep.
Now, Tylee and Lori are gone.
Yep.
And,
It's just me and Charles in the living room.
okay, and
Charles and I.
what's he doing again?
He's got the bat,
Okay,
and he's looking at me, and he's going, "Whoa." And I told him, I said, Charles, put that bat down. And he goes, what are you gonna do about it?
how are you holding the gun when that happened?
Holding the
Okay,
bat.
so you pointed it out.
Yeah.
You tell him, Charles, put the gun down,
Yeah,
put the bat down.
Mhm.
And what did he say?
He's like, what are you gonna do about it?
Okay,
And then comes at me.
okay. And then he fired a couple times.
Yeah.
But you're not sure how many. You know it was more than one.
I'm pretty sure it was two.
Two? Okay, 2 shots. Where were you aiming on his body?
Just center.
Okay, so you're pretty sure 2 shots center mass.
Yeah,
He falls to the ground. You don't see Lori or Tylee anymore.
correct.
You go to the kitchen, grab a rag for your head,
Yeah, borrow some paper towels and wash my hands off.
and then go back to your room, put the gun down,
Yeah.
grab your phone,
Yeah.
come back to the kitchen and call in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they walked me through, I tried to do CPR.
Okay. Anything else that you can think of that I need to know, or that's important to this?
So that's all there is.
Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else that I need to know. I'm gonna get a tech out here to take some photographs of you if you're okay with that.
That's
So
fine.
if you wanna hang tight for me, you need the restroom or anything?
I'm good.
Okay, all right, hang tight for me. I'll be right back when we go outside.
Okay, so he's kind of alone for a while.
Well, I'd say that's about the easiest last name to spell in a long time.
Yes. Can you spell your last name for me?
COX,
And what's your first name?
Alexander.
And what's your birthday?
So we're taking pics of him, swabbing him. Pretty standard. Then they're photographing his wound. That's good. Want that done.
Fancy.
Okay, just normal.
Ooh, look at this fine
I'm just gonna take a
specimen.
photo that there's nothing there.
No. Nope, I don't see any.
Okay, and then face me.
I think he was starred in The Mummy.
Obviously, if you later on realize or feel you got a bruise forming, it may not be visible now. Let us know, and we'll get a photograph of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so like inside your neck's pretty red, but that's normal, right?
What's up?
I just want to make sure, so you're pretty
Yeah,
red
that's
there.
more from driving when the sun's always on my neck.
Sun,
Yeah,
okay.
you can't
Just
ever
wanna
get enough
make sure.
shade. No, driving the truck.
All right, so
That's
that's
it?
all I need. Right?
Come on, let's go.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. I thought he would back down at that point.
Okay. And he didn't.
Okay.
You yanked or anything like that.
Hmm.
And you have the gun, so you didn't bring a gun for that purpose.
And
There we go.
then we separated, and he hit me, and then that's when I left.
Okay, so you grabbed him from behind,
Yeah.
and how come you grabbed him from behind?
Because he was in front of me, and he was going after Tylee with a bat.
What was he doing with the bat?
He just grabbed it from her, and then I jumped in. I don't know what he did
Okay.
with it.
So he was going after Tylee with his bat,
Yes.
and you grabbed him from behind,
Yes.
around the neck, or?
Over the shoulder like this.
Okay, you grabbed it from behind,
Yeah.
you pulled him back, and you guys
I
both
pulled him
went
back, we
to the
both
ground.
went to the ground, yeah.
Okay. Did you see him swing the bat at you?
No.
Okay. So you pulled him to the ground, you got back up.
I got back up, he hit me in the back of the head. I don't know if it was with the bat or not. I assumed it was.
Okay.
Because he had it.
Okay.
Um,
So he hit you at the back of the head.
Yeah.
And you go to the room.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't know where Lori or Tylee are when you go back to the room?
Correct.
Okay. You come back from the room.
Yeah.
And you basically get, you initial, or mark kind of here on this corner.
Yeah.
That you're basically at the corner of the living room?
Well, this is a hallway here, so there's like a wall here that divides the kitchen.
Okay.
So I'm somewhere in this area.
Okay. And he's in the living room?
Yes.
And he still has the bat?
Yes.
Is he now focused at you, or is
Yes.
he focused at Lori?
He's
or
focused at me, and he's
Okay.
yelling at me, and then he moves towards me.
What was he saying to you? Do you remember?
Not really.
Okay.
I just remember yelling.
Okay.
And then I was watching more body language, and when someone aggressively comes at you,
Okay. Are you, do you have your CCW?
Yeah.
Okay, so so he's basically coming at you and he's yelling, you're watching his body language.
Yeah.
And you said you told him, and I didn't, when we're talking,
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to not take notes and listen to what you're saying.
I'm trying to calm the situation.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop your bat, and he's fuck you and whatever
Okay.
coming at me.
Did you ever tell him to leave, or did you say drop the bat, or?
First, I just said drop the bat.
Okay. And then did you say anything else after that?
I didn't have time.
Okay. So he came after you with the bat, and he's
Yep.
kind of holding it in his
Yep,
hand?
I got his right hand.
Okay. You fire a couple times?
Yep.
And then you go to the kitchen,
Correct?
and then back to the bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. When you went back to the bedroom, you washed your hands?
No, watch
Or, sorry, you washed your hands in the kitchen?
Yep.
You put your gun back in your room?
Yep.
Where'd you set it at?
It's on the floor.
Okay, so you set it on the floor, get your phone?
Yep.
Call 911?
Yep.
And then, when did you realize Lori had gone? Did you call her?
No.
Okay. So, you called 911, did you do CPR on him?
I did it.
Okay.
I tried.
Okay. But you weren't on the, I must have mistaken you, I thought you said you were on the phone when
Oh, no.
did you hear them arguing about his phone?
I don't. All I heard was her say, "Don't touch me," and then him
Okay.
coming right after her.
Okay. You said that a couple months ago, Tylee was at your house,
Mhm.
and he came over. What
Yeah.
happened? Tell me a little bit more about that.
He was going insane trying to locate Lori because Lori wasn't talking to him.
Okay.
They had split up. So he was bugging everybody in the family, blowing up their emails, phones, just sending text messages, anything he could do to try and get somebody to tell Lori to contact him. So he was just spazzing out. So Tylee and I were pulling up to my house, and he followed us, and then he sped up and blocked my driveway, and he got out and ran up to me real aggressive, like he was going to do something, and he just stopped and talked, and then Tylee got out and yelled at him, and then that lasted, I don't know, 15 minutes in the front.
Okay.
A lot of screaming Tylee at Charles, and Charles trying to leave and her not letting him because she wanted to get everything out that was bothering her.
Okay. So he didn't go after Tylee at that time.
Physically, he did not do
Okay.
anything.
Have you spent a lot of time around Charles?
Yeah,
Is he hot-headed?
not normally.
Okay. So have you ever, besides the argument between him and Tylee, have you ever seen him like you saw him today?
No.
Okay.
No.
How would you describe him today?
Very aggressive,
Okay.
physically aggressive, going after Tylee, going after Lori, going after me.
Okay.
I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen him behave like that. I was shocked.
Okay. How long have they been together?
15 years maybe?
Okay.
Oh, a good while.
And did they live here before?
Yeah, they lived here a couple times.
Okay.
They lived here, they lived in Austin, then they moved to Chandler, then they moved to Hawaii, and they moved
boy.
back here, and then I think they split up, and then she went to live in Houston for 2 months, and I wasn't working out, so then she came back here and got a place,
Okay.
and then he had just come back out here.
And he got a place, or she came back out here and got a place. How long ago was that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Within 2 months.
Okay. So the last couple months. But she never said anything about having you come over because she didn't feel safe with him or because he was showing up or anything like
No.
that? Okay. Is it normal for you?
She had expressed that he had threatened her in some email and text messages,
Okay.
saying he was going to stop her or destroy her or something to that effect.
When did she tell you that?
No, I don't know. A couple weeks ago when she got the text.
Okay. So that was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
wasn't?
we talked about it, but it wasn't anything.
Gotcha.
On
So
the top of my
you
head.
weren't under the impression that she had you there to make
No.
sure that he was,
No.
didn't cause an issue or anything like that?
Mm.
And you had the gun, so you didn't bring a gun for that purpose?
I always carry it.
Okay.
And I had my other gun in the truck, and my niece just gave me a gun. I thought we'd maybe go to the shooting range, because my niece gave me a 380.
Okay.
She didn't want it anymore.
Gotcha.
So I was going to take it from my sister because she's got tiny hands. I was going to let her shoot it.
Okay.
Poor girl.
Just recreational for
Yeah.
sport, not because you
Always,
felt you needed
always
it for
target. No, target.
self-protection or
No.
anything.
No, I never considered Charles to be violent or a threat before today.
Okay. And when you grabbed him, when he was going after
Yeah.
Tylee
Yeah.
and your sister,
Yeah.
you grabbed him around the shoulder, you yank him to the
Yeah.
ground, but you never saw him swing the bat at you at that time?
Correct.
Okay.
When we-
When you got up,
Yeah.
what happened right after you got up?
Well, we went to the ground separated, and then I was getting up like this, and my head bounced.
Okay, so as you were getting
Yeah.
up is when you felt the strike to the head.
Yeah.
And then you got up, what did you do? Did you go,
I just went straight to the room.
Okay.
Because I said, hey, this needs to calm down.
Okay.
And that's what I was hoping would happen.
so when you got back with the gun, you were assuming that he was gonna,
I thought he would back down at that point.
okay. And he didn't?
He did not.
Okay. Anything else you can think of that I need to know that we haven't talked about?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. You don't need any medical attention for your head?
I'd like to get that cut cleaned up.
Okay. I think we're almost done, so
Yeah.
if
Sure.
we're almost done, we'll probably get you and Lori and Tylee back to the house. You won't be able to go in.
Yeah.
Because we're working on this
Sure.
as a scene.
Absolutely.
How did the injury on your arm happen?
I'm guessing somewhere in the tussle.
Okay. Were there any strikes thrown besides you getting hit in the back of the head?
No, just me shoving him.
Okay. And that was initial in the bedroom?
That was exactly.
Okay.
That's when I got involved.
Okay. And then the only other time he got physical with anybody is when he was going after Lori and Tylee, and you grabbed him around the neck.
Correct.
Dragged him back, and you both
Yes.
fell to the ground.
That's correct.
Okay. No, we're just running a criminal history to make sure that
Yeah.
you're not a prohibited possessor, so there's no felony convictions. No.
Correct. There was a confessed felony, aggravated assault,
Okay.
in Austin, Texas in 2007, I think.
Have your rights been restored, or are you
All
legally
done.
able to?
Yeah,
Okay, so your rights are restored, you're
all done.
able to possess a
I
firearm?
was never convicted.
Oh,
I
okay.
pled guilty, but they had deferred adjudication in Texas, so I completed probation, and then.
Gotcha.
That was that.
Okay, so it's an open-ended thing, so it's a
Yes.
misdemeanor now.
Well, whatever, it's just on there as a, whatever, I don't know what the technical record is.
Okay.
I know I went to court, and she said, oh, your rights are restored, and gave me the paper, and I'll find it.
Gotcha.
After 4 years.
All right, hang tight. I'm gonna go see if they're done with Lori. We'll get you guys all together so we can get you out of here. Just make sure that the people that are monitoring don't have any other questions that I need to ask.
Sure,
Okay?
yeah.
All right, thanks. I appreciate your patience, man.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna end here. Hella Excited Utterance is gonna be going probably live in an hour or two with the Bridge Guy video, her thoughts. She's looking at it now, trying to analyze it, things like that, her specialty. This dude's guilty too. They knocked off the people who were a threat. Yeah. So I'm going to be back tomorrow at 5:30 Eastern again. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah. I think I'll probably do Tylee, Ryan, interview and look at the timeline and go over some of the other interviews and such that were taking place to try to figure out kind of what's going on with the trial coming up in 3 weeks. 2.5, something like that. All right, I'm going to end now, guys. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope to see you guys over at Hella's. All right, guys, toodles.